Hi guys, Kevin here and welcome to a new review. So today I'll be reviewing the SuperBox S3 Pro. So let's see if this is different than the S2 Pro and also is it worth your money. So here's my honest review. Let's go. So first off, what's in the box for the S3 Pro? So you get the SuperBox S3 Pro obviously. You get a new remote, you get the AC adapter, you get an HDMI cable, and just a very basic setup guide. Next, let's look at the specs of the SuperBox S3 Pro. So this is running Android 9. This is the same processor actually of the S2 Pro. So it's the all-winner H6, so it's a quad-core ARM Cortex-A53, the same Mali 720 MP2 GPU, 2 gigs of DDR3 memory, 32 gigs of storage, so that's double of the S2 Pro. That one had 16 gigs. You have the dual band antennas, so 2.4G and 5G. And then looking around the box from left to right, you have the micro SD card slot for expansion. You have a USB 3 port, USB 2 port. You have a restore button. Then you have the inputs for power, an IR, AV for the older TVs, HDMI, your Ethernet port, and a digital out. So what's the difference between the SuperBox S3 Pro and the S2 Pro? The main difference being the remote control. So you can see there, it does have a voice button right here, so you hold it and speak, and it actually works very well. And it's a welcome addition for the box. It's not a smart assistant, so it's not a Google Assistant or anything. It's just the open, close, it can find you movies, etc. And it's quite speedy as well. And I'll show you the initial setup of the box, but at first when you use the remote, it's the same as the other ones, the previous remotes where you have to have line of sight. But once you actually sync it to use the voice remote, then the whole remote seems to work as if it's Bluetooth. So here I can point the other way and still navigate around. Where I couldn't do that before, you have to be pointing right at the box. So first off, once you get the Bluetooth of the remote paired, it's a dream to use compared to the other ones. I always found the other ones terrible, very cheap, almost useless. So that's why I always used an AirMouse, but this remote, very good so far. Excellent. So much less clutter as well. You have the power, mute, volume at the top. You have some function buttons. Then you have your direction. You still have the mouse that you can pull up or turn it off. Other quick buttons for volume. There's your speak. And then also some dedicated buttons you can also use here for quick access to apps, for example. So here I have one. So I can press one in the remote. And this just brings up my live TV. So I can just press it much quicker than going to this app here, or this section of the box, the live TV. The shortcut, and then pressing again Blue TV, so it's a two-step process. Or you can simply use the speak, open live TV. And you have to be quite specific, so it's called Blue TV, open Blue TV. So it's very speedy, you just have to know the exact word. So if you want YouTube, for example, open YouTube. Very snappy. Then once you're in YouTube, you can even search for a video. Play Kevin Porteous. So pretty cool and pretty useful. But for some reason I can't get it to accept and open the VOD section. Open VOD. Open Blue VOD. Open Blue VOD. I don't know. I can't get the VOD to open, but the playback opens as well. Open playback. So that's a big addition with the remote. Definitely a welcome addition with the new remote. And if you're wondering, can I get this remote and use the speak function to work on the S2 or the S1 Pro for the SuperBoxes? And it doesn't work. You can see here, no you can't. Even if you have updated SuperBox S2 Pro to SuperBox S3 Pro with upgrade zip files, you're not able to use the voice function due to S2 Pro's hardware not compatible with the S3 Pro system. So I think it is an added chip that the S3 Pro has that the S2 Pro doesn't. Otherwise, you have the functions on the bottom for settings, your file manager. There you can clear the cache or the RAM. There you can do a speed test. There you can uninstall apps. This, if you just want to pair again your remote, if it's not working, you can go here. There it also shows you how to connect it if all of a sudden it disconnects. These are the function buttons, so you can assign essentially all 10 of these in the bottom. So there I have the Blue TV, Blue VOD added to the function 1 and 2. So then if I go home, now when I access that quickly, I just press number 1 to open the live TV. So you have options. You can use the shortcut here for the live TV, which is 2 steps. You open it, and then click on it again. You can use the voice, or you can just have a dedicated button for shortcuts for those 10 buttons on the bottom. Then also here's your support, same as the other SuperBoxes have. So if you have any problems with a channel or a movie, anything like that, any issue at all, you can scan that QR code with your smartphone and off you go. You can do a chat, etc., Facebook, WhatsApp, and you can get your problem resolved. And another addition with the S3 Pro is the addition now of the weather. So you have it there in the upper right corner. So you have your Bluetooth, your Wi-Fi, and then just beside it is the weather. So now let's get into the setup and also the pairing of the remote. So I'm going to do a fresh install on the box and show you exactly what you have to do to get it running. Okay, so when you first get this box, it doesn't actually do anything. It's just an Android box. I'm going to show you the steps how to get this working with the live TV, the live VOD, and the playback, which is the reason why you buy the box. You get the included live TV, you get the VOD, you get the 7 days playback for about 40 channels, give or take. And this is the reason that you're buying it, for the included service that it gives you. So here you have the disclaimer. Due to the nature of this item, we are not in any way responsible for the content streamed or viewed by any user. So you can read that, and you can actually skip it, which is funny because there is a skip button. But here I was mentioning, once it's set up as a Bluetooth, then you can use it without line of sight. But here you can see I'm trying to navigate it and it's not working, so I do have to point directly at it. If I do skip, if I don't agree to this, it just brings you right back to it. So you have to agree. So if you're using the box, you have to read this, you have to agree. Now we set up our screen, so just make this go right to the edge. So just using the up and down. Then you press the enter. Now we're going to set up the Wi-Fi. If you're on Ethernet, which is always recommended, then you can plug it in directly. I don't have one here handy. It's quite far away, so I'm just going to use Wi-Fi. Okay, once you have your password entered, you can press connect. It's going to verify the connection. So you can see I'm connected. Now we just go down to finish. And high speed is always recommended for a box like this, just to get the best experience with the live TV, the VOD, etc. So now with the box, if we go into it, there's nothing there for VOD, just says add. Nothing for live TV. So the thing is, there you can see I still need line of sight for the remote to work. But now if we go down to the bottom of the screen there, you can see the microphone. Now I'm going to pair the remote. So I'm just going to do the OK and the back button for 8 seconds until the LED flashes. There it says search complete. Press the OK button. Now it's pairing and connected. Just follow those exact instructions, you'll have no issues. And now you can see I don't need line of sight. I can now navigate without actually pressing towards the box. So this is a dream come true with these boxes. I really hated the previous remotes and the way they worked with line of sight. So now to get the live TV, the VOD, and the playback set up, we have to go to this app store. There you can see there's a Google App Store, which you can use as well for apps, but we're going to go to this one. Now we have the same disclaimer that's come up for the other SuperBoxes. So my store is an internet connected program. There should be no installation of of any applications that would violate copyright infringements or contain illegal content. Gray area. So we just have to OK this to go into the My Store. So you can definitely read that just to understand what you're getting into. And this I always find interesting. So these are apps just within this app store where it has third-party apps such as Film Plus, but also Disney Plus. So no rhyme or reason to these apps. I'm not sure why some of them are here, but the ones that we need mainly are the blue VOD. So we're just going to click download. Doesn't take very long. Once it's a green check mark, it's done. And blue TV, and that's done. Lastly, playback. Then if you want other ones from here or the Google Play Store, you're welcome to install them. So now we have the apps, so you can either do it this way to do live TV. You can add it here as a shortcut. So just click add, find it here, you click on it, and then press the back button once it's checked. And now it's added. So now you can quickly access that, or you could also use the voice remote now, open Blue TV, or you can do it that way, or now we can assign the shortcut buttons as well here on the bottom. So we just go to function. Now we can just add it. So this I find very useful as well. So now it's added as Blue TV, and you can quickly go into it as well. Then here I just like to check if there is a system update. So no updates available. Here we can see the correct device name. There's the model, there's the storage, so 32 gigs, 2 gigs of RAM, Android 9. There's your security patch, kernel version, build. So that's how you set up the SuperBox S3 Pro. If I do have any coupons, I'll add them below in the description for anything off of the box. Otherwise, if you do have an S1 Pro, an S2 Pro, and if you think, should I get the S3 Pro? Same box, the only difference is mainly the remote. So if you're looking for that voice button, this guy right here, and the more streamlined remote, the lack of line of sight that you need, you can just use it very easily, then this is a welcome addition for you. I myself wouldn't find it that useful that I would upgrade from the S2 Pro or S1 Pro to the S3 Pro, but that's your prerogative. It does have more storage, and you do have the dedicated button for voice. So if you are a person that just needs that function, and I think these boxes more cater the person that is just wanting the simple device. You know, you just want to plug it in and use it. Very simple to set up, and this you can do, let's say, for a family member, an older person, a person that's a bit more challenged with that, a person that is a bit more tech challenged. This might be a great box for them. This box isn't for everyone. You are paying for the service, so you're paying for the live TV, the VOD, the playback. The one thing that I didn't know is with the 1-year warranty that it has, if there is a problem with it and it just isn't being rectified with the online support and you send in the box, they actually do send you a live TV subscription to use in the meantime. So that I found on their FAQs. So I'll have a link to all those below, and you can actually, after the 1 year, if you have a problem with the box, you can still send it in for repair for a fee. So you can contact them for that also. So I didn't know that as well. So those two things are kind of, I think, nice with the customer service. And just to have that live support 24/7 is also very good. So is this box for everyone? No, it does have a certain market. And I think that's to those people that they might be interested in this box. Or if you do have the S1 Pro, you're looking now to upgrade. Or if you just want to cut your cable, you just want to have that access to North American content mainly. You have the US, you have the Canada, you have the premium package, you have the sports packages, the pay-per-view. It works very well, I have to say. Just even for the S1 Pro that I have had for well over a year, still going. And that has something to say, I think, for the device. So that's my review of the SuperBox S3 Pro. If you think it's worth it for you, there's links in the description. Hopefully I can add some coupon codes. We'll see what I can do with that, but those will be below as well. Otherwise, if you have any questions at all, throw them into the comments below. I'll have more of a full review on the content of the live TV, the VOD, and the playback on my Rumble channel that I just can't show here on this platform. But otherwise, check out my Rumble channel, check out my other YouTube videos, check out my Twitter and Instagram. Thanks for watching again. I appreciate it always, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys.